Please do not listen to this recording in a moving vehicle. Okay. If you would like to make yourself comfortable, and you can choose to sit up and listen, or you can lay down, but uncross any hands, arms, legs or feet. And this is to allow circulation throughout your body when you are relaxed. And you may choose to have your eyes open or closed throughout, or you can open them and close them however you like throughout. Now, I am going to tell you a story, but this is not any ordinary story. It's a very special and unique story that you'll never hear anywhere else, ever. Because the difference is with this story is the story is real, and you will be the main character, the star of the story. I am going to guide you through a magical journey of imagination and dreams. Now, if you can focus and concentrate and be aware of your breathing, and you can notice that with every breath of air that you breathe in, you breathe in calmness and relaxation that calms, stills and quietens you mentally, in your mind, in your head, and physically, how you feel in your body, relaxed. And with every breath of air that you breathe out, you breathe out any worries, any niggles, anything that you do not feel comfortable. You breathe out everything that does not make you feel happy and relaxed. You breathe it all out. Now, as you become more and more calm, relaxed and at peace with every breath you breathe in and out, this is a process that will continue throughout with every breath you breathe in and out. Now, I'd just like to tell you about a very special, unique ability that you have. And all children have this ability, this very special gift. It's your gift. You were born with the right to have this gift. It's the magic of a child's imagination. And you will only have this gift whilst you are a child, because when you grow up into an adult, if it never gets used, you'll lose the ability. So I'm going to explain to you about your ability that all children have. And you have a very powerful imagination. And I'm going to explain imagination to you. You have an eye inside your mind, inside your head. You have an eye just like the eyes on your face that see everything outside of you. You also have an eye inside your head that sees all of your inner thoughts, images, pictures, colours, everything that you see in your head. And you have the ability to see so clearly and to such a great level. It can be as clear as when you are dreaming when you sleep at night. The same as when you are dreaming when you sleep at night. And you can see so clearly with the eye inside your head. You may wonder if the eyes on your face are open or closed, because you can see clearly with both your eyes inside your mind and on your face. Now, you have inner ears inside your mind, just like the ears on the sides of your head hear all of the sounds around you, all of the words that everyone says to you. Music, when you hear a song, you hear them with the ears on the side of your head. You also have an ear inside your mind, and you can hear any sound, any word, any piece of music inside your mind just as clearly as though it was being played out loud for real, and you heard with the ears on the side of your head. Have you ever played a song in your head and you could hear it just the same as if that song was playing out loud for real? And you also have inner sense of feeling. If I describe to you how something feels, like when you are watching a television programme and you can hear, see, and you can feel the feelings of the person on the television. You feel they are sad, you feel they are happy, you feel they are laughing, you feel... And you can even physically feel on your body how it imaginary would feel if something had actually touched your skin for real, you can imagine how it feels. And you have this inner gift of not only do you see, hear and feel around you in your everyday life, you also see, hear and feel inside your heads, in your imagination. And you are going to be using that very special gift when I tell you the story. And I'm now going to begin the story where you are the star of the story. Okay, now I'd like you to imagine that you are stood at the top of a wooden staircase, and all around you, around this wooden staircase, you are at the top of a hill, a grassy hill overlooking a beautiful sandy beach. A beautiful sandy beach with the beautiful blue sea that you can see down the stairs as you look down. Now, before you go anywhere, you must stay where you are. I need you to know that I will be with you throughout this whole story. I will look after you, I will guide you, and I will be your adult that watches over you throughout the whole thing. So if you follow how I ask you, you will find that you are able to use your powerful gift I told you about to its maximum ability. Okay, now you are stood at the top of this wooden staircase and you look down. Don't go anywhere. You look down and you can see that there are about 10 levels, 10 flights of steps, and each flight of steps has about 10 steps to it. And there are about 10 flights of steps that go down the hill to the beach. There must be about 100 steps that go down, because 10 flights times 10 steps per flight is 100 steps. Now, in a few moments' time, I'm going to count you down those 100 steps. We'll go down each step one by one together, and with each lower step that I count you down, you'll go deeper and deeper, relaxed, calm, at peace, with each lower step that I count. And there may be times that you feel so deeply relaxed. You may find that your whole body is still, calm, to the point where you do not even really feel your body, unless there was a need of that you felt something in the story, but you don't really feel your body at all. but your minds, in your heads. You are very aware, very alert, and very focused on the sound of my voice. And you follow each and every word you hear me say to you. And in your mind's eye, the eye in your head, you'll see everything I describe to you, word for word, each and every word, and you'll see it just as clearly as when you are dreaming when you sleep at night. But you will not be asleep, you will be awake with your eyes focused or closed. Okay. So I am now going to, in a moment, count you down those stairs, and they lead to the most beautiful beach that you could possibly ever have been to, and you're going to go there and find out for yourself. Okay, so I'm now going to count you down the stairs. 100, take your first step. 99, another step down. 98, 97, 96, feeling deeper and deeper relaxed. 95, 94, 93, 92, 91, 90, deeper and deeper relaxed. 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 80, deeper and deeper relaxed. So you're on 80, down to 70, down 10 steps, drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. Down another 10 steps, down to 60, drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. Another 10 steps, 50. Another 10, 40, 30, 20. 10 more steps to go, feeling very, very deeply relaxed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and all the way down the stairs now, stepping onto that beautiful sandy beach. That beautiful sandy beach that you are stood on, and you can hear the sounds of the ocean. You hear the sounds of the waves lapping on the shore as they go in and out. And there is no one else here, it's only you. This is your beach, your private beach, where no one else comes but you. You look around you, and there is no one else, not a living soul anywhere, just you. And you look around and you can see that the shoreline where the water meets the sand, the shoreline goes on for miles, miles and miles. And you see there are palm trees. And you take a little walk along to where the palm trees are. You take a little walk along. And you see that there is a sandy path. What appears to be a sandy path. And you follow that sandy path. And you come to grass, you come to bushes in the sands. There is sand, there is grass, there is trees. There's quite a lot of palm trees all near each other in an area of palm trees close together. And you walk through those palm trees, past them. And there are a lot more palm trees, but they are spread out a little more. And as you carry on walking, and the palm trees start to finish, and then there's just more miles and miles of shoreline. The sand lapping on the shore, and all as you can hear is the sound of the waves and the sound of the birds that you see flying through the sky, the seagulls especially. And you look up at the sky and you see a rainbow above the sea level, a rainbow that goes into the sea and into the sky. And then you look over and you see that the whole rainbow is in a semicircle over the ocean waves. And you look up at the sky and you can see the bright colours of the rainbow. And you also notice that the sun is beginning to go down because it's coming towards the end of the day, and it will soon be night time and the sun is going down over the water. And the sky becomes darker as the sun goes down. And you see the sand with the sea and the sun above the sea. The sun going down more and more. And you draw a big heart shape in the sands just as the sun has nearly set. And the sun almost disappears and the sky becomes dark and black as the last bit of sunshine goes down. The last bit of sunshine goes down. And what you do is, as it's now getting darker, you need to come away from the shoreline as the tide is going in, and the tide will be where you are stood right now. So you need to just take a little walk away from the beach walking a little bit away from the beach. And as you walk a little bit further away from the beach, the sound of the waves disappears, and you are just left with the night sky. And the last tiny bits of sun that just light up the sky slightly. And as you look up, you see there are clouds. Beautiful, colourful clouds of pinks and purples and whites. You can see there are clouds. And you remember that in your rucksack on your back, in your bag on your back, you brought your telescope with you. And you reach into your bag and you get your telescope out. And you look through the lens of the telescope. And on your telescope, there is a dial that turns up the intensity, that turns up the power of the lens. And the power of the lens can be turned up so that you can see further and further into the sky the more you turn the lens up. And it's marked from 10 to 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Each notch on the dial turn it up 10% more than before. And you look in the sky through your telescope and you see the clouds. And you can see a blackness with stars. Where that is the universe, which is out of space, outside of planet Earth. You can see the clouds as they break away and reveal the sky in the universe out in space. Now you turn the dial of your telescope up. Now turn it up one notch by 10% more. Do that now. And look through your telescope, and through the clouds you see a horse in the clouds, but it's no ordinary horse because the horse has a horn. It's not just a horse, not like horses on our planets. It's a magical being of a unicorn. Now turn the dial of the telescope up another notch to 20% more magnified than it was before, and you see the unicorn not only in the clouds but in the beautiful bright lights of the sky that lead out of the Earth's atmosphere to outer space in the universe. And you see a unicorn in the blackness of the sky, lit up by stars all around it. And you see the unicorn gallop across the atmosphere of the universe with a trail of light below its feet as it gallops. And as you draw it up, turn it up another notch to 30% higher on the dial of intensity and magnify your view even more, and you can see that you are very close to the unicorn now. And before long, you are face to face with the unicorn from outer space. And that unicorn has a message for you. And I'm going to allow the unicorn to give you its message.
Beautiful, magical child that you are. Wish upon a magic star. For all your dreams can come true with a little effort all from you. Be happy with who you are, and as a wise old unicorn would say, soap and water is cheap enough and manners cost you nothing. Find what you love doing the most, and do your best at what you love. For one day you will have grown up into an almighty adult, and you'll always be glad that you are the best there is at what you love doing the most.
And that was the message that the unicorn from outer space had for you. That was the message. And it was sang very beautifully. And I just like to relay the words that was so magical that the unicorn said. Beautiful, magical child that you are, wish upon a magic star, for all your dreams can come true with a little effort all from you. Be happy with who you are, and as a wise old unicorn would say to you, soap and water is cheap enough and manners cost you nothing. Find what you love doing the most, and do your best at what you love. For one day you will have grown up into an almighty adult, and you'll always be glad that you are the best there is at what you love doing the most. And those were very powerful words that the unicorn had for you. And the unicorn, all of a sudden, just vanishes and just is not there anymore. With a blink of an eye, it was gone. And what you are left with, what you can see through your telescope. Turn the notch up to 40% higher, and you can see that there is a group of stars called a constellation, a group of stars in the shape of that unicorn. And that unicorn is called Monoceros. And also you see in the stars through your telescope, turn it up to 50% higher, and you can see the 12 signs of the Zodiac all in a circle. And in case you did not know what the signs of the zodiac are, they are the months of the year that people are born. We all have a star sign, and those signs are Aries, Libra, Gemini, Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. There are 12 constellations, groups of stars that are shaped. They are stars that are shaped in the sky. And there are 12 sets of stars, 12 signs of the zodiac, and you can see every single one of them in a semicircle in the sky. Now turn your dial up to 50%. And now you see all of them just scattered through the sky, all 12 signs of the zodiac. So, and you're now only 50% of the dial on the telescope. You can turn that dial up as much as you like. You could turn it up to 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%, and you will magnetise your ability to see even further into the universe with your special telescope. Now, in a few moments' time, this story is going to come to an end. But just before the story comes to an end, there is one more song that the unicorn had for you. It's the same words as before, it's the same message, but it's a different song just for you.
Beautiful, magical child that you are, wish upon a magic star. For all your dreams can come true with a little effort all from you. Be happy with who you are, and as a wise old unicorn would say, soap and water is cheap enough and manners cost you nothing. Find what you love doing the most, and do your best at what you love. For one day you will have grown up into an almighty adult, and you'll always be glad that you are the best there is at what you love doing the most.
Okay. And I'd like you to know that you can come to this special beach anytime you choose to. You can use your telescope and look at the stars, look at Monoceros, the unicorn group of stars. You can look at all the signs of the Zodiac. You can look at anything in the universe with your special telescope on your special beach where no one else goes but you. All as you do is close your eyes and take yourself there, in your imagination, in your dreams, awake with your eyes closed or focused. But you would only do that at an appropriate time, when it is appropriate to do so. And I hope that Unicorn's message, I hope that the message allows for you to be the best, the absolute best of your abilities, with what you really love more than anything else. What you love, you can achieve. You can learn. You can do it. And not everything happens straight away. You find what you love. You find what you love more than anything. You stick to it. You learn it. You practice it. You keep it going. You get better and better, better and better. And by the time you grow up and you're 21 years old of age, you'll be an absolute master at what you love the most. Find yourself, understand yourself from a young age. Think from a young age at what you love the most. And by the time you grow up, you'll be very, very good at what you do and what you love the most. Now, I am going to end the story and wake you up. Okay. In a few moments, you will hear me count from 1 to 10. You'll become more and more awake with each higher number that I count. By the count of 8, your eyes will be open and back to normal. By the count of 10, you will be fully wide awake. 1, 2, 3, waking yourself up. 4, 5, 6, more and more awake. 7, 8, opening your eyes. 9 and 10, fully wide awake. The story has finished.